you at, though? Where you at, though? And by the way, that's what she said. That's what she said!
UFC light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill has responded to Jiri Prochazka's post-UFC 283 messages warning him of a clash. Hill captured the UFC light heavyweight title by defeating Glover Teixeira last weekend at UFC 283. He used his timely striking and relentless pressure to dominate Teixeira en route to a unanimous decision win. Prochazka congratulated Hill after the fight, but warned him, "I'm coming." Following the change in title holders, it didn't take long for Hill to get word of his message. In a recent Instagram post, Hill hit back at Prochazka's ominous message. "Where you at though? Where you at though?" Hill asked. And by the way, that's what she said. That's what she said. Alexander Volkanovski claims Islam Makhachev is underestimating him. The great has been out of action since his trilogy bout with Max Holloway last July. In that outing at UFC 276, Volkanovski dominated en route to a lopsided unanimous decision victory. During a recent interview on Izzy's YouTube channel, the featherweight champion discussed his return. There, he stated that he's sure Makhachev's confident demeanor will change on fight night. "You can see in his face like, this guy ain't too big. I've seen that on plenty of people's faces." Volkanovski said, "I can tell he really thinks he's going to be way too strong." Let's take a look at the Great himself.
But you could even see in his face, like, looking like, this guy ain't too big, you know what I mean? Which I've seen that on plenty of people's faces. I've seen that on a lot of my previous fights, my last 4-5 fights. But I mean, that face quickly changes as soon as I'm in front of him in the octagon. Give me 10 seconds with him. That face changes real quick.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
This
all
is
of
true.
a sudden, that size don't matter. All of a sudden, my footwork, where's this guy at? With a puzzle, he's already giving dramas. Then I put my hands on him, there's another problem. Then they try and grab a hold of me, and I'm a little brick fucker wall, there's another problem. That's when you start to see him start to crumble and be like, oh fuck, what have I got myself into? That's exactly what's going to happen with Islam. Especially the way he's looking. I can tell he really thinks he's just going to be way too strong.
Sean O'Malley believes he's the superstar the UFC desperately needs. UFC fighter Sean O'Malley believes he could be the promotion's next big star through the next phase of his career. Over the course of the last few years, the popularity of Sean O'Malley has gone through the roof. From his personality to his fight style and beyond, Suga has proven himself to be a true superstar at bantamweight. During a recent episode of his podcast, O'Malley made it clear that he knows how high his ceiling is in mixed martial arts. "Dude, the UFC needs a superstar right now. I think I will. I mean, just saying." O'Malley said, "Take a look."
UFC needs a superstar right now. They got John Jones, but I mean, he's getting older. He's not guaranteed to get to the fight. I think he will. I mean, just saying what stuff will happen. Even if he does fight, it's like, when does he fight again?
Right.
Who's the big? Patty was like, could he be? And then you see his last fight. Now he's getting surgery. He kind of like, he still has potential. Still could be a massive superstar. Toss it. Oh, thank you. Muchas gracias. The only person I can think of is the Sugar Show. That's like has the potential to be that motherfucker.
Yeah, when it comes to like a Conor style, you're talking superstar.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards reveals Kamaru Usman's hand injury rumors scared him. Leon Edwards will defend his title against Kamaru Usman in the main event at UFC 286 on March 18th. While the fight was recently confirmed, Usman's hand injury has led to several doubts about the matchup in the past. Many thought the Nigerian Nightmare would miss out on an immediate rematch and Jorge Masvidal would get the title shot based on his feud with Edwards. However, Rocky recently clarified that Usman has throughout been the only opponent in consideration. Some of these rumors popping around on social media saying, "So now he's had an injury." So I phoned the UFC straight away, like, what's going on? "I was a bit scared," said the UFC welterweight champ in an interview with Sky Sports. Take a look.
No, it's always been Kamaru. Got some rumors popping around social media saying, he's had an injury and
So I phoned the UFC straight away, like, what's going on there? And now I spoke to him and his team, and he's fine. He's back training, and he'll be there in March, you know. So at the start, I was a bit scared. I was like, hand injury. Yeah, after that, yeah.
Conor McGregor reveals he's been offered to coach the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. Conor McGregor may be coaching The Ultimate Fighter again. McGregor coached The Ultimate Fighter 22 against Uriah Faber in 2015 in a season where the coaches were not going to fight at the end of it. Yet, the season was a success as McGregor drew eyeballs to the show, and now he took to Instagram on Wednesday to reveal he has been offered to coach the show again. Not only has been offered a chance to coach The Ultimate Fighter again, but McGregor says he is interested in doing it as he thinks that is what he needs to help his comeback. I have just been offered to coach this role again. I like it. It is full immersion which is needed. I see fighters lining up. I know what's ahead. I've been ready, mother. Hashtag stay ready, McGregor wrote on Instagram. As of right now, it's uncertain who Conor McGregor would coach against. There have been rumors of Tony Ferguson, Jorge Masvidal, and even Michael Chandler, who has called for the scrap with the Irishman for quite some time. Are you excited to watch McGregor back in The Ultimate Fighter? Let us know in the comments. Beneil Dariush expects the UFC to deny him a title shot even if he beats Charles Oliveira. Dariush last fought against Mateusz Gamrot in October. The number 4 ranked lightweight is now waiting for another ranked opponent, hoping to secure a title shot after winning once more. During an interview with the Show, Benny discussed how Dustin Poirier doesn't want to fight, but the UFC offered him a matchup against Oliveira. He had this to say: "I think I might get passed up again. After I beat Charles Oliveira, what I think could happen is, since we're waiting so long, they'll set up Islam with someone else, or Volkanovski. I get the UFC is not a huge fan of me. Take a look."
I've been waiting for a while, then it kind of bugs me because I think I might get passed up again, because even after I beat Charles Oliveira, what I think could happen is, since we're waiting so long, they'll set up Islam with somebody else. They'll be like, or Volkanovski, whoever wins with somebody else, because they'll be like, oh, you just fought. They'll announce the fight like same time or something. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling, just because I get the UFC is not a huge fan of me. I get it. I don't talk a lot of crap. I don't bring in the numbers, or at least that's what they tell me. So with that being said, I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. But I wish I had the fight earlier. I would have loved to fought in March or even April.
Chael Sonnen claims Ngannou versus Fury would be the dumbest idea in sports history. As soon as the news about Francis Ngannou's UFC release went around, some of the prizefighting's major players immediately jumped in. Tyson Fury, for one, wants a special rules boxing match with the Predator. Let's kick it up spicy in a cage, 4-ounce gloves under Queensberry rules. And let's have a badass referee like Iron Mike Tyson. Did I just sell that to the world? Fury said during an interview in Manchester over the weekend. If you're talking to fans who love crossovers involving 2 big-name fighters, this idea is an easy sell. Chael Sonnen, however, sees it differently.
Tyson comes to us with perhaps the dumbest idea in sports history. Perhaps. He knows it is. But if somebody's willing to write a check, he will, in fact, go through with it. Now, if somebody's not willing to write the check, of which they obviously haven't, which is why he's pitching the idea, as opposed to having a promoter pitching it to him, he made it ridiculous enough that we can all stand back and laugh, and he go, I was just kidding.
Would you be excited to watch a Fury versus Ngannou boxing match with this set of rules? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.